What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Scope, your source for FPS news and other BS, mostly BS, but we talk about games sometimes too. And we appreciate you guys all being here live and listening on the various audio platforms all the way around. Buff will be with us shortly. He had some technical, dude. This show is just the show is one giant technical difficulty. So I'm having like connection issues with Blue for no reason. I just got fiber internet, so like that should not be an issue. And then Blue or Buff had some problems, something he spilled something, he's got to pick it up. So he'll be joining us in a minute. And it's just this giant ball of technical difficulties what this show is. How are you doing, Blue? I'm doing great, by the way.
I'm doing good. Other than like I said, all the technical difficulties. I told him because he got the new fiber internet. It's the FBI listening in, and they're taking up the bandwidth right now. So if FBI just give us like an hour and a half, we promise we won't do anything within this hour and a half. That'd be great. So, no, I'm good. Just did a lot of stuff with the wife and son today with the family. So we went out and got some stuff for the house, and I was supposed to go get ammo today. I forgot, so I got to go get it before the range opens because I always got my store that I go and grab it at. But yeah, no, pretty relaxed and chill day. So
You always need more ammo, man.
always, especially just range ammo specifically. I have my like ammo I just don't touch for defense wise, just sitting in the garage and different places. But for range ammo, I'm always restocking it. So
You ever load your own?
I want to start off with shotguns because I heard that's the easiest one to start off with.
Yeah.
And then eventually go to pistol, and then once pistol's done, then I'll move on to rifle because I'm scared to shoot a rifle. I know people that sell it, and they sell it, and I've heard nothing but good things. But I've also heard tons of bad stories of just too much, just a little bit, 0.1 grain powder away, just boom, and it won't hurt the person usually. It usually just ends up breaking something in the gun. Like I've seen, it'll chip off a piece inside if they do it wrong. So I'm a little worried when it comes to that. But other
Yeah.
than that,
You got to be careful. You got to pay
yeah.
attention to what you're doing. I've used the
Yeah.
right stuff and some of the good equipment. There's some powder checks and stuff that won't
It's
let you
just
mess up.
crazy when I used to watch people, like when I worked at the gun shop range, it'd be people grabbing shells from off the ground. I was like, no,
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't shoot what you shoot.
Yeah, no. You don't pick up stuff off the ground and put it in your gun.
No.
Not a good idea. Oh, dang, man. But yeah, reloading's nice. You just kind of relaxing. You sit there, you light a cigar, and no, I'm kidding. I didn't want to smoke a giant cigar in front of some gunpowder. That's how we win Darwin Awards. That's how you'd win that if you wanted to. But no smoking. Bad for you anyway. Yeah, man. I had a crazy time, crazy weekend. Just having two tiny children is out of control. And yeah, dude. I had a little ER visit. Had to hit up the emergency room on like Thursday night.
Tell me about this. What happened, man?
So they think it's genetic. I've had a couple things with a cardiologist, but my heart has something called atrial fibrillation, and it beats like out of sync, and it's really sketchy. I can feel it happening, like my chest and my heart feels like fluttery and weird. And it woke me up out of my sleep, and I could feel my pulse, and my pulse is really light, and it's like beat, 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 beat. Like it's weird. Like it's really creepy, man.
Like your heart's Morse code.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it was trying to tell me. I think it was saying like go to the hospital. So, and we live out in the country, so the emergency room's a ways away, and we got the two little kids, so my wife couldn't leave, so I had to drive myself to the emergency room, man. And like,
yeah,
it wasn't great, but ended up being okay. It's happened two other times, so this was like the third time that it's happened. Let me try to pull Buff in here.
Buff, I see you.
Um, this is the third time that it's happened, but I have a medicine that I can take that like knocks it back in. But that's, I don't know. I'm gonna try to get through this quickly because I know like we always joke about talking about religion and politics, but I'm gonna touch on religion just a little bit. I called one of my good friends Walt to pray with me on the way to the hospital, and we were just like praying for healing, and he basically prayed. He's like, "Thank you for whenever Crash gets there, that Jesus is gonna heal him, and he's gonna be fine when he gets there." And man, I was walking across the parking lot to the emergency room in the rain, and this medicine I take, it's always worked, but it takes like 2 to 4 hours. So my heart is just like 250
Oh my
beats a minute, all
God.
out of whack for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But man, I was like walking in there, and I literally felt someone hug me, and I felt like a hug, and like peace just through me. It was wild, man. I'm gonna get through it. I'm not gonna cry like a baby, but like I just felt him, and then it like I felt, and it fixed, and it started working, and I went in to get it checked out, and I felt like a hypochondriac ding dong because my heart was like working. Like by the
Fine.
time I went in there, I was like, I had atrial fibrillation. I have a history of it. Like you can look at my records. I should probably get checked out because it was pretty bad. But I took some medicine and it fixed me and all that stuff.
How
and
long was
they
the
hooked me
trip
up.
from the house to the hospital?
30 minutes.
Yeah, so that's even shorter.
So
than
like,
it
yeah, the
normally would've
medicine takes like 2 to 4 hours. But like, yeah, it was crazy, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome, man.
It's cool. It's wild. Like when you have faith, and then it like happens too, and it's like confirmed. It's like it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like it probably put you at ease on the way over there too, just talking and praying, and
Yeah.
it's a sense of you'll be fine. And then it's that's funny though. 3 to 4 hours works in like what 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was bad.
I'm just glad you're here with us, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it was bad, but it's cool. So I definitely got a follow-up appointment to get some stuff checked out because dude, that sucks so bad. I get like clammy and pale, and like you can barely feel my pulse. And like
what
it's
time
chalk, man.
did it happen at night?
Yeah, it woke me up. It
It was like while you're sleeping. Damn. Okay.
yeah, like that's how weird it makes me feel. Like it woke me up, man. Like I woke up at I think it was about midnight. So I'd fallen asleep about 10 o'clock, and then I woke up about midnight, and like I was like, oh, it's happening again. And it hasn't happened
at midnight. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it hasn't happened for like 10 years either, which is crazy. So I thought I was chilling, and then I was like, okay, I have these meds that the cardiologist gave me that have worked the other 2 times. So I took that, got in the truck, and it was pouring rain. So I'm like driving by myself with like a faint heartbeat in the pouring rain. Like this sucks, man.
Man, it's dangerous. Yeah, I'm glad glad you're okay. My mom has that. I've known a lot of people with that. Like some people I've known who were older at one of my old gyms had it they would have it like pretty consistent, like every day, every couple days it would happen. And they did the procedure where they like zap your heart, and it zaps it back into like a rhythm, or like the electrical shock. Yeah, the electrical shock itself like puts it back in rhythm, and ideally you're not supposed to have any AFib after that anymore. But
yeah, there's some
it's
procedures.
Not 100%.
Yeah, there's some procedures and stuff they can do with the nerves. And try to like fix it out or fix it up to where it doesn't happen again. And I might need to try to look into that because excuse me, my grandma had it, and she had her situation was like me when she was young. She had a few episodes, and then it didn't come back again until she was like 70.
Yeah.
So I thought I was chilling until I got older, and then it came back. I'm like, dang it. So I gotta get it checked out because it's no good, man. It's weird. But I went through.
And then you got Buff over here getting sick too. Like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, Buffs. Are you all right over there, dude?
Yeah. So I was I know I missed last week's show because I was getting ready. It was like the week leading up to my bodybuilding contest. So, like that, especially the week going into it, it's just like very strict. I have like a very strict like routine that week. I'm measuring my fluids, my sodium intake, like everything's. I'm carbing up, and it's working out and then posing. So like that's why I was at the gym like pretty late every night. Getting my workouts, then posing and doing like an hour of cardio. Um, and then it was like Wednesday night. I got home from the gym and I was just like, I noticed like during my posing practice, I was like a little like kind of shortness of breath, but I was just like, it just felt like, I mean, that happens sometimes. Posing's like very difficult it's in itself. So I
Mm-hmm.
just figured like, long day, had the workout itself just must have been whatever. So I came home and I was like
Yeah.
really tired. And
Ugh.
so I was like, man, I feel like that like deep upper chest, lower throat, like scratchy, you're gonna get
Like
a throat thing going
cold.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
incoming sinus infection. I was like, fuck, I really hope I'm not getting sick. So woke up Thursday morning with like a headache, and I was like, jeez, I've got like a sinus infection. So couldn't get into the doctor. I did the COVID test that morning. It was negative, and then I was just like rested that day, and I was like, it's all right, like just gonna power through.
Oh.
So I was gonna go to the gym Thursday night for my last workout, and then Friday is like get my tan and all that stuff. So Thursday night I'm about to leave for the gym, and I took a COVID test again just to like be sure, and that one was positive. So I immediately took another one. That one was also positive. So um, I talked to the doctor. They were like, if you don't have a fever without anything over the counter for 24 hours, like you're fine to compete. Which I ended up having a fever. So and being
Ah.
like a pretty, I mean, it wasn't like horrible. It was like a pretty severe sinus infection, I guess. Mainly like the headache. It really wasn't that bad. Like the headache was terrible, and
Yeah.
it really wouldn't go away that much. And then like I was getting like the fever on and off, and like just full body sweats. Like I'd fall asleep on the couch or my bed and just wake up like completely soaked. Um, so, obviously I was getting a fever on and off too. So I had to like pull out of the show last minute. Um I was gonna try and go through with it, but I was like,
That'd be
man, like I'm gonna get my tan on Friday, and then I gotta like, I can't sweat because it's gonna be all
yeah.
runny. So I was
Oh,
obviously,
jeez.
I was gonna be sweating, so it just wasn't gonna work out. And there was no way I was gonna be able to like pose or anything either. The way I was feeling, I had some body aches and stuff like that. So, and then Sunday also happened to be my birthday, so the weekend went like all the way, just complete opposite direction of what I had originally planned. But I'm feeling much better today. So I did
That's good.
make myself go to the gym today, and I'm feeling good. I rested for 5 days
Nice.
and no headaches
Dude,
or anything today. So
man, when you told me that, I felt so bad because you worked so hard to get into shape and prepare for this thing, and
oh yeah, it
you put all
sucks.
the work part in,
Yeah.
and then you didn't get to have any of the fun.
I
And
know.
But
like,
I mean,
Sucks.
there's gonna be other competitions for it. I'm pretty sure all the time, right? Like I
Yeah,
know
so I
even where
mean,
I'm
I
at,
know
there's always something.
yeah, I mean, I talked with the promoters, and there's another one in April that's like in the same spot local here. So I'm just gonna they're just letting me transfer all my fees for what I would have done for this
Oh,
show
that's
to
cool. Okay.
that show. So that works out well. But yeah, I mean,
Because they're expensive too.
yeah, I mean, but to Cratch's point, like I shaved my whole body Tuesday night. Um, I'm shredded as shredded gets right now. So it's just
Yeah, yeah,
it was
dude.
and let me tell you, one
Look,
of the
you
ways they
pose right now, and it'll make it all work right now on
yeah,
camera for
right.
all these people
Hey,
to see.
I did it at the gym tonight. I was like, all right, yeah, there we go. But I was gonna say, like, one of the ways they torture you in hell, I guarantee, is I'm sure no guy here can relate unless you maybe like swimming or something, but shave your body and then wait a day and start getting the chills from whether it be cold or a fever and
Oh,
the goosebumps where the hair follicles that you just shaved.
Ooh.
The
Ooh.
worst. I'd rather be waterboarded. So that was going on. That was going on all weekend too, and I was just
Oh,
dang, man.
dude.
terrible.
Was it just like intense pain of razor bumps? Just
It just feels it's the worst, like because it's freshly shaven and you're getting goosebumps there, and it's just like the worst feeling ever. Like literally like your hamstring area. It's just
Ah,
oh,
awful, awful.
ah.
dang it,
Rather be
man.
waterboarded.
Yeah, I'd rather be waterboarded.
Oh, that
Oh, man.
sucks.
I forgot to say it on the bright side. I forgot to mention this too. I attended my first Ren Fair
Oh yeah, that's
last
right.
weekend too.
What's the
Yeah, and
over under
dressed
on
up for
turkey
it and
legs you put
everything.
down? How many you put down?
They were horrible. I'm gonna say that
What?
right now, man. They were disgusting, dude. They had like a high school culinary class come out and
Oh,
like cook
that's the
for
best
everyone.
part.
Dude,
Oh,
I
so
was
they
so
just didn't
let
make them
down.
right then,
That
or
brought
what?
down my whole mood. Like,
What a
so like
bunch of
I,
ding
they
dongs.
were smoking them and stuff like that. And normally when you smoke turkey, it's like if you see a lot of red, that should be an issue. And then when I brought it up to the high school students, they're like, "Oh, that's what it's supposed to look like." I was like, "I've smoked turkeys before. It does not look like this."
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was like, and it was only on one side. The other side was was overcooked. Like it was just under a heat
Oh
lamp the entire
no.
time. It was just bad. So I was like, just never mind. Just take just. And I was like, I
Dang.
wanted to like throw it at them originally, but they're high school kids. They don't know any better. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
I
so it was whatever. I mean, like the whole thing was cool. Like you saw the king walking around and
Yeah.
people
really.
people were out there, and I was like, down with the monarchy. I was just like yelling. Because I was also hyped up after election because we haven't even talked about that since that happened.
You're taking
So,
out your election
yeah.
emotions on the king there, huh?
So I was out. It was funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did actually. Someone did dress up as like a Renaissance version of Donald Trump. It
Of
was
course they
hilarious.
did. Of
That's
course they did.
hilarious.
So it was like fluffy, puffy shirt, freaking orange hair or yellow hair, orange skin. It was funny.
I love
But
it.
but yeah, no, it was fun. Other than that, there's lots of cool things. Of course, they had all the fighting, Vikings fight. There was a
Mhm.
guy like chanting Viking words. I don't know what he was saying, while other guys were, bashing each other with like actual metal too. They had like the helmet and padded
Oh,
guards and
Yeah.
shields and coming at each other. And
dude,
they had one guy with a pike try to go over while the guy with the shield would like go through and stuff like that. So it was pretty
that's
cool.
that's my question though. Like, if you were wearing metal armor and got dinged on the head, like how
I think
loud
well,
that
it's
would
like
be.
it's
Oh yeah.
padding as well too, but I'm pretty sure it's still loud
To
too.
be
Yeah.
so loud.
Yeah. But
Ouch.
apparently it's a really good
Tinnitus.
sport apparently for powerlifters is what I heard. So I mean, that's pretty cool to hear. So
Let me in
um
there.
yeah, I'm actually, and funny enough, for competition wise, within a year, I'll most likely be competing in my first powerlifting competition too. So
Man, I
Oh
want to
yeah.
try strongman, but now that I'm losing weight, I don't know if I
strongman
should.
I've seen strongman comps, dude. Those are insane.
Yeah, I want to try one,
Yeah,
but
Um,
I'm
but
getting too
Crash, I
old.
mean, you should do. I don't know how it is for strongman, but powerlifting's like by your weight though. Still.
yeah,
Well,
you'd be in a pretty higher
I don't know.
tier, I feel like.
I've lost. I was thinking that today, so I've lost about 32 pounds, but my lifts are all staying pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That's been
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
But
still carnivore?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm still keeping it up. I've kind of
oh
slowed
yeah.
down at weight loss, but I'm feeling good, and I don't know. I'll just keep going until I think it's working, but I feel great, so that's
That's all that counts.
what I'm gonna go with.
That's
I
nice. I
also
had some meat though too, by the way.
Yeah,
oh,
dude,
she
I
get
love
hammered.
meat.
Hmm
She gets
Meat is my
No, the wife got a little bit hammered,
oh,
and then
it'll get to you if you're not careful.
it was well, she also, because we were expecting to eat a lot and we didn't,
And you didn't,
so
yeah.
we
There's
had to
probably
leave.
really
Oh,
And
big
then
yeah.
lines, right?
yeah, but there was pretty big lines. Everything was cash only, which I
Mhm.
knew we should have gotten cash, We
Dang it.
didn't. But then after we went to Korean barbecue and just ate a
Oh, there
crap
you go.
ton
There
of
you go.
beef. It was all meat and some rice, and that was it.
I love it.
So,
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
Dude, mead is the
yeah.
best. For those who don't know, mead it's the same as wine, whereas wine is fermented grapes, but mead is fermented honey.
Honey, yeah,
So
good.
it's basically honey wine.
They had like
Essentially.
Irish mead too, like $35 for a bottle for
Dude,
like
yeah,
this
it's
small. You know,
meat is delicious. That
yeah.
is, I think, of all, like, hands down. I mean, I've like turned into a being in my 30s, like a big craft beer dude. That's how you
That's what you
know.
do.
Yeah, it's like every
IPAs.
man in their 30s, but like meat is still one of my, if not my favorite drink. Like you can
Well, it's
slug
got
that.
high percentage, and people don't need a liquor license for it too.
Yeah,
Really?
you can,
Yeah, you don't need a liquor license to sell mead.
and it just
Shout out
tastes
to
like
Santhus.
it tastes like delicious honey. Like you can just that's why it's dangerous because you're like
Yeah.
oh, this is so good, man.
So
It doesn't
there's
taste there's no
a
alcohol in this.
there's a place near me that's like world famous for their elderberry wine. They
Oh,
make it from
nice.
elderberries,
Hell
but they
yeah.
make an elderberry mead. So it's like it's got the
Ooh.
tangy of the berry, but then the honey as well. It's ridiculous.
I'd
It's
like to try that.
Nice.
That's cool.
it's so good. But also the night that my heart jacked up, I missed a deer with my bow. I missed a nice buck with my bow, and it broke my heart. That's why I had to go to the hospital. That's what
Is
I
that
told
the
the
one
doctor.
with the doe walked behind you and got your scent?
No,
Was that
this
day?
one came
No.
in. I actually got a shot on him, and I've never missed a deer with my bow in my whole life, and I did. And I got back and
Ugh.
checked my sight, and my sight was chalk. So I was like an emotional wreck, and that's what made my heart flare up. I'm joking, but maybe I was down horrendous.
We did do
And-
archery though, and I will say my wife is a better shot at I am with a regular bow than
Hey,
I
I'm,
am.
I'm proud of you
I
for
was-
admitting that.
Look,
Yeah.
well they
I
said
bet you're better
they were
with a
like,
gun though, Blue. So there.
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, give me a
Okay,
gun,
all right.
I'll shoot her any day. But for she was getting bullseye after bullseye after bullseye. I was like, who are you? And she goes, I used to do this when I was a kid. I was like, okay.
Oh,
But
she's a ringer.
apparently women make better archers from what I've heard. I don't know, maybe that like it's a from one of the guys. I think he was lying. He's like, yeah, I'm a world champion. I was like, okay, dude. But he's like, yeah, apparently
Whoa.
women make better archers. I don't know what it is about their bone structure or something, but you know,
Nice.
could be a fact. I don't know.
She might be getting out. Need to get out there and compete.
Well, she goes, well, and then she goes, I want a bow now. I was like, well, and then I told her the story of how the doe went behind you. So I told her
You
that
never want
story.
that to happen. It's bad. When the deer get downwind of you, it's game over. When they can smell
Game
you,
over.
game over. And then last 2 nights ago, I was on the deer stand and I saw the biggest deer I've ever seen in my entire life. It never got close enough for a shot, but it was huge. It was crazy.
I saw this like really like dumb high stand that was like all mirrors and stuff like that, and I was just like, they were just selling it for like super amount of money. And I was like, this is dumb. This is mirrors, bro. It's all
It's all smoke and mirrors.
It's invisible, and it's like, no, it's not, because you go on the other side. There's no mirrors on the other side, so it's just like, I don't know. It was just weird looking.
I don't understand it. There's some
Anyways.
wild stuff out there.
Anyways,
Are we supposed to talk about video games?
I guess.
man, we need to make
Oops.
another podcast. I'm telling you guys,
Sorry.
we really need to.
We should.
Our intros
A
are getting
lot of-
longer and longer, and people are just
I know,
waiting for
'cause
get
it's
to
just-
the games.
I just like shooting the shit. There's a lot of podcasts, like a lot of bigger podcasts. So this doesn't apply to us. They do a Patreon where they do like free, like off the cuff stuff, and for like a couple bucks a month or something. I don't know.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, if Blue sounds a little roboty, I don't know what's going on. Like something in between Florida and me is not, the internet is not working right, and I don't know what it is. We tried to fix it.
I
That's
don't
why
know.
we started the show a little late, and
Yeah. My stuff is good. My internet connection's good. Upload's good. Crashes stuff is good. I don't know,
can't figure it out. But
it makes sense for me to sound like a robot out of all people.
he is
so,
Blue the
you know.
robot, so that's what you're
Yeah,
not thinking about.
yeah.
So it works out. It checks out.
Really, really leaning into the name. That's all.
That's right. It's like you don't have to do that, but I admire you just going for it. You know, the commitment to the role is impressive. The first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was Arena Breakout Infinite Season 1. So me personally, I was trying to wait for Steam and I didn't want to mess with Arena Breakout, but when I saw this update and what was coming to it, I said screw it and hopped in, and I was like really impressed with.
Did you play season 1?
I did.
Okay.
A fair amount.
Oh,
I got the invite, but I was dead body, so I didn't get a
You
chance.
you were COVID and
Yeah.
what the coolest thing about the whole deal that I thought, but they're not even talking about it, is a graphics overhaul. It got an insane graphics overhaul where,
really?
you know how kind of in the distance it kind of looked like Tarkov, that Unity grainy kind of stuff. It just went buttery smooth. Like, it looks really good. Like, they changed the lighting and stuff, and the optimization is crazy to where, like, I think they lowered the graphics, like the minimum graphics, to a 2 gig graphics card. So it's crazy, man. Like, how much better it runs. And then the new map with the new weather was really cool. I got to try some of the new guns. I really like the 45 vector.
Oh yeah.
The 45 vector was awesome.
Beast.
It's a laser beam. And then it was just crazy to see, like, everybody that got into the playtest got 30 million Cohen or whatever. And
Wow.
so everybody was just running top tier stuff. But I rock some MDRs, some thermal snipers. The armory map is really cool. But yeah, Arena Breakout is out now, Mono. You can play season 0 right now. It's not on Steam though, so you have to get their launcher. And then season 1 is going to be dropping on the 20th. And if you're not playing it and you don't mind having another launcher, season 1 is definitely worth checking out. But then again, I don't know how much you guys want to talk about the pay to win type stuff. I just feel like I can see an argument to be made either way, but if you're going to call this game pay to win, it's like the most benign version of pay to win ever. I don't really think it matters that much if you put any amount of time into it, because
it doesn't. Justin, the community,
play, right?
Yeah, it's free to play. Our community
Yeah.
buddy here, he's not in chat today, doesn't look like, but this Justin has put in a lot of hours of this game, and he just utilizes the traders how you're supposed to use them, and he's got like 50 plus million at this point and just loaded the gills, hasn't paid for a single thing. So
Yeah.
And I've bought Cohen in game to buy gear, and it doesn't matter. Like the guns, the ammo, the armor, I've still gotten one tapped by bad weapons with mediocre ammo. So it
Yeah,
really
I was thinking about it too, just like how, because I wanted to get into it, but I feel like if you get in later into a wipe, and you're starting from scratch compared to other guys that have like a ton of good stuff, like if I have some income and I'm just like whatever, I'll just to get me started, maybe I'll spend $20 here. It's more just like it is a free to play game, but at the same time you don't have to. I mean, like you said, Justin doesn't have to. So, but I get the argument of like, if there really is an argument, but you said that it doesn't matter because gear and weapons are pretty balanced as well too.
Well, yeah,
It
and
seems.
so I will say, to your point, there's no wipes, I don't think. So the way I understand it is it never wipes, so it just, the new content pops in.
Yeah, there's no
but
way.
I think there is some kind of level-based matchmaking, because this got me all hyped up. The season 1 did, so I went back and hopped in as a level 1 Timmy, and I killed a couple PMCs, and they were level 2s and 4s. So I think
that makes a lot more sense now.
I think starting out, they give you a little bit of a break on the matchmaking, as well as it's not too big of a deal, because by the time you build up your money, you don't have to progress to get good gear. It's available to you really early.
Yeah.
So if you have the money, you can rock and roll like with the big dogs, like right away. You can get up and running really quickly, and it's not too bad.
Okay. So, but if you start off, you're not going to be overrun by high gear chads.
So far, I haven't.
Yeah.
And I've done probably 3 raids with my brand new account, and one of them I didn't see. My first one I didn't see anybody. My second and third ones I was killing like level 2s to 5, like really early Timmy's too.
Now, did they seem actual players?
Yeah, I think they were, because one yelled at me not to kill him as I was killing him in proc chat.
Oh no, just on the
Yeah.
ground. Please no, please.
Please
Just
no,
crash
and I
into
was
nowhere.
already hosing him
Bam.
down, so it's too late. There was a deagle as well, which is really cool. They did opt for the 44 mag deagle instead of the 50, which is kind of a weird, just a little bit of a
That's
bummer.
lame.
But
I need 50 AE all day long.
But I think it's worth checking out, man. And
Damn it.
I mean,
okay, I'll install it tonight.
but like there's like this much content coming to it, and it's free. Like they need to make some money somehow, right? And another thing that makes this different is even Delta Force is going to be on the edge with this stuff, and I think a little bit past it. There's no wacky skins or anything. This is like immersive, like it's Tarkov like, but like all the skins and the weapon skins are like really, they're like rattle can jobs. Like if you were a PMC out in the shit and wanted your gun not to glare in the rain, it's like rattle can paint jobs for the skins. It's all like really, really immersive and gritty. And
okay. No,
there's
anime.
no goofy cosmetics at all, like not even close. And so that's kind of a nice
It makes
change.
me a little bit more. I know it's just not the same developer, but with Tencent, Tencent being Tencent, it makes me a little bit more excited for Delta Force, because I know people were arguing about that gold skin, but hopefully it doesn't get as crazy as Call of Duty. So
yeah,
I think they already said they wouldn't. But I mean, I will say like a lot of the map redesigns they did, the expansion to Armory, the new map for TV, some of the modes they're doing, the new weapons, like everything looks in the dynamic weather. I think I saw a screenshot of what it looked like in the rain with your visor down,
visor
it's
on
cool.
and off.
up. Like that's those are like.
Can you wipe your visor?
No, basically.
No, it's either up or down.
Basically, you got to take it off when you're outside. And if you go in a building, you put it down.
And so,
Man,
like,
I need that Stalker anomaly wipe,
Yeah, right. Those are good. Those are like, I like that because it makes the player make a choice, and I think that's
true. Yeah,
from gaming for a while is making the player make a choice instead of just have everything. So, that's really neat. I'm pretty happy to see that. How did you like the MDR crash?
Yeah, it was really good.
Nice. I didn't see any gameplay at all.
I ran it with the L-can. If you're gonna do the L-can, it definitely needs a grip. But I was running around like 1x with it for close quarter stuff, and then if someone was far away, I would switch it to semi-auto and tap people with the 4x. I don't think you can't really full auto it from in the 4x very well, but like that's how I was kind of running it and doing really well.
How's the
liked it a
recoil
lot.
on that game, by the way, too?
It's pretty heavy recoil.
Tarkov. Okay.
It's really it's a lot like Tarkov's recoil. It's pretty serious recoil. Especially with crappy guns. But that's why the vector was insane. The 45 vector, vectors in real life, had like no recoil. And I was using the HHS flip sight, like the EOTech with the magnifier. And even when it was zoomed in, I could still full auto it zoomed in.
Could be, yeah.
And it was I had
that
like
makes sense though for the vector.
Yeah. And I had a chest rig clear full of 50 round drum mags full of AP, and I was just mowing people, dude. It was sweet.
Jeez, dude.
It was a good time. So I'm kind of hyped up to play it, man. There's a lot going on in the extraction shooter space now, especially coming up. And that's kind of why I was leading into talking about Gray Zone Warfare, from like them having a lot of competition. Right. Because you got Arena Breakout coming out with this season, which is it's a big upgrade, man. Like they cooked with this
upgrade.
one.
It's a huge upgrade. This is
because
massive.
I was literally like, I am not playing this. I do not want another launcher on my flippy computer, dude. I'm gonna wait till it's on Steam. And this is making me eat those words and go back on that. I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, I think this is when we go back and talk about like, gaming used to be better, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is the kind of like update I would expect back in 2011, 2012 with games. You know what I mean? Like, this is a
proper update. Yeah,
this is a huge overhaul of the game.
Finally,
and it's free to play. It's insane. But then you have Call of Duty making gazillions, and they just do nothing.
But I mean, even COD's not doing too bad. They're gonna have 5 multiplayer maps this season, so I was pretty happy with that.
I did see that. Yeah, that's. I mean, they're Call of Duty's Call of Duty. I'm excited for this, and this is on the 20th, so next Wednesday I think this goes live.
Yeah.
So this will be fun. I'm pretty excited. And if the counts don't wipe, I better put some time in this weekend and try and get some money because I'm pretty sure I'm like dirt broke on my account.
Yeah, I
Have
just
Justin
started
give you some
out.
money, man.
I
You
just
can't because if I don't think you can gift anything, and then if you drop stuff in raid, if I were to extract with it, the way it works is like it automatically goes back to the person that had dropped it. So
yeah.
can't do
Oh,
it.
interesting.
That's how they get rid of the RMT cheaters. Is
Yeah,
you
yep.
literally can't give stuff to anybody. You can in raid and they could use it, but then it goes back to
Goes
you.
right back to
Back
the
So
other
it's really a
person,
smart way
which I
to
like
like.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's smart.
That's nice. I wish there was a way to like, hey man, you're my friends list. Let me just gift you some money. Can I send it over to like your
I
bank
think
or
like
something?
a one-time gift, like you can gift like once a week or once every 2 to 3 weeks or something like that
Yeah,
would be cool. But I mean, they could
but that's fine.
they could monitor it so it's not abused or see what you're gifting, those types of things.
Yeah, someone could use a hacked account and then quickly gift it to an actual account, and then just
Right,
if the other account gets banned, it doesn't matter. So yeah,
yeah, that's stuff they would need to monitor. So who knows? Maybe down the road again, if this is the update you're getting for season 1. Can you imagine like what season 2 and beyond? Like every season's
yeah,
gonna be
like the
crazy.
amount it takes for like Call of Duty to come up with a decent update or Battlefield to come up with a decent update. And
We're
Matt,
still waiting for
that
that.
we're still waiting. Yeah, I see videos like that all the time.
Yeah,
Battlefield's probably better. No, it's not.
It's been, I think,
Tencent
what, 11 years since.
Tencent's making a power play, man. They're making a big power play to take extraction shooters between like Delta Force and Arena Breakout could keep me busy
I
for a
hope
long
this wakes
time.
up other
Yeah.
companies though, because as much as people like they hear the word Tencent, they get upset almost. So it's like
Nah,
Tencent derangement syndrome.
but they're doing it. I mean, dude, but I mean, maybe with some games, but look at this. I mean, this is good. And then I
Yeah.
know, because I've been taking a pretty big break from YouTube just because I've been focusing on that show,
Mhm.
which is, even more crappier that I got COVID. But
Dang it, man.
yeah, but that's why with all this stuff that we're talking about just on today's show, I'm like, man, I don't
The
even
amount
know
of
if I want
content.
to resume my typical Call of Duty content for this game because I want to spend a lot of time on the 3 games we're talking about here in a row are what I want to be spending my time on. So
I
as far
think
as like,
for a
you know what I
content
mean?
move, like I think this would be up your wheelhouse. Plus,
100%. Yeah.
Arena Breakout will be around for quite some time.
Right.
Dude,
And Call of Duty's the same old stuff.
I
I think Call of
Yeah, Call of
Duty,
Duty is Call of
everyone
Duty.
kind of wants a little break from Call of Duty, and I don't want to be forcing content. This is the stuff I want to make content on.
dude,
These are good games right here. This is what people want to
Mhm.
see.
I
Is stuff like
I
that.
will say if it was my vote, I would love to see you do gun conversions and gun guides on these games because
That's my
es-
plan.
especially Arena and
Mhm.
Delta Force, because even if your content, even if it's like slower to get going, I think these games are going to be huge. Keeping in mind they're coming to
Yeah.
console.
Yeah.
You're going to have
Exactly.
a
Oh
Tarkov game on
crap!
console
Yeah,
next year.
dude.
You're going to have a DMZ type game on console next year. These games are going to have really big audiences
Dude, you got
eventually.
my
Yeah.
brain cooking now too.
Yeah. Huge legs. And again, if this is what a season 1 looks like, I mean, wow.
Yeah.
The game we're in for a treat with this game. I think is I want to obviously keep seeing. I want to see more weapons being added. I think these are great weapons they're adding with this season. So if they can continue, what is it, 9 weapons total? I think 8 or 9 weapons
8 or
total this
9.
season. So if they keep on pace with that every season, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And the mobile version did recently have like a battle royale mode too. So that might be something we'll be seeing down the
Oh,
road with this
Yeah,
game.
there's some
Also.
other kind of modes coming too. There's like some, I can't remember what it's called, or like a raid mode, or it's almost like an arena mode where it's like a smaller extraction
that's
around the
coming to Arena
POIs.
Breakout.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn, dude.
not
Okay,
the
that's
not the battle royale. Not
Right.
the
It's not
battle
battle royale,
royale.
but this one there's like mini extraction modes that are coming. Like they're shrink the map down, so it's just like
dude. If they
combat.
bring like the
They will.
TDM game mode, yeah,
I'm sure they will
that's
because it's been in the mobile version, and I'm sure all that stuff's coming in the
Yeah,
pipeline
I
for the
think if you
for
if
kind
you
of
this
want
like
to
one.
see what's coming, look at mobile.
Delta Force. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, that's even. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For me, it was the same thing though. The thing that was holding me back was the extra launcher. But you guys keep every episode we talk about it, and like now that Crash is finally
I
converted,
jumped in, man. Like, yeah, I could.
Crash is like, screw it, I can't wait
just
anymore.
closer and closer every episode. He's like, I just hate the monster. Next one, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. Now it's like I need to play it right now.
And honestly, what did it for me was when Justin was like, "Dude, the graphics look insane now," and I'm like, "All right, damn it, I gotta see it." Like,
Did you notice that difference when, like, immediately when you got in, or what?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I really noticed it when I went back to the old one after the playtest ended, and I was like,
Oh
"Ooh."
yeah. Wow. Okay.
But I mean, that's the pocket, man. We've talked about this has been a theme on the show, man. They are dialing in Unreal Engine 4. It's not as insanely like high fidelity, but it looks good. The lighting's good, the weather's good, and it runs
good.
really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see it on here, like how it looks. That's how it looks in game now. There's none of that grainy like artifacting or anything. Kind of like
With
I
the
thought they were
lights and
actually
stuff
going
like
for like a
that, yeah.
Tarkov like Unity engine, how it looks like, try to make it look like that, like with the extra graininess and kind of fake sharpness.
I hate that.
But
yeah.
in this now is like what you're seeing in this trailer is like how it looks now. It's smooth, like it looks really, really good.
That's awesome.
Right,
So I'm excited for it. The other thing is,
you guys are yeah.
the
I think by next episode, guys.
the other thing that's really nice is the kill cam is super nice to have one of those wanted one of those in Tarkov forever. It's really nice after the raid to see how you died. You could really tell if someone's cheating or not. Also, being able to spectate your teammates is really awesome because you die, it sucks, but you still get to kind of see how the raid finishes out. Especially, it's cool if I'm streaming. I can still watch the guys play the rest of the raid out and talk to chat, and it's really cool. So I really like that a lot. And I've heard really good things about the cheat. They said they tweeted today, this week, they banned 8,000 players in 1 week.
Yeah.
Like they are knocking them out, dude. So
and they're adding a cheater. Like if you're a victim of die from a cheater, there's a compensation system that they're implementing now. So, like what happened to me, I got killed by 2 cheaters back to back in Armory because that seemed to be where all the cheaters were going. And the kill cam was like just obvious, right? No question. And I reported it, and they said, like, they said that they banned them, thank you, but I lost all that gear. So now you're at least going to either get that gear back or get the equivalent of what the gear was, maybe plus more for the inconvenience in Cohen. So I think that's that's really cool. So I think that's gonna make a huge difference. That way, if you're dying from a cheater and you're reporting them, their anti-cheat, as Crash just pointed out, actually works. So you're going to get something for that instead of just like typical experiences. You get killed from a cheater and it's just like, man, that was just a huge waste of time. Now you're going to get compensated for it.
So they just put this out 9 hours ago. They've banned over 8,000 players and taken action against over 10,000 players who tried to disrupt fair play. So they're getting people who are griefing too. So this week, November 4th through 10th, bans for cheating 8,000. Cohen playing with hackers 1776. Freedom, baby. So they got those guys out, and then bad behavior and information block. So they're really cranking that down. And then they actually just tweeted, I'm gonna have to check this out after we're done here. They just tweeted a video where this guy talks about in the first half, get a sneak peek into the anti-cheat measures we're rolling out in 2025. So they're going to be, I'm assuming, detailing, how that cheater compensation and stuff is going to work. So they just tweeted this out 20 minutes ago.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on with that.
So we'll be checking that out. But they're doing a lot of stuff right, man. So yeah, along those lines, it's really a seamless transition into Delta Force. It's going to be crazy to have these 2 games out to where, like, if you want to play like something super hardcore and gritty, you can play Arena Breakout. If you want something a little more lighthearted like DMZ, you can hop into the Delta Force, and like it's going to be crazy to have that flexibility of games to be able to hop into. I've been a little bit disappointed this week though. They said, how last week they revealed all the warfare stuff. So they revealed all the stuff that's coming with the warfare battlefield type mode, which I'm not as excited about. And they said this week they're going to be revealing something every day about the extraction mode, but it's really just been not that much. It's been about the bosses on the map, the AI,
Yeah, I saw that.
and
yeah.
then but they did drop this map teaser for the brackish map,
Brackish.
which is pretty cool. And then they did tweet. I did want to clarify this. They tweeted out that wingsuit, and people thought
saw
there was going to
that.
be a wingsuit specialist, but they said that's not the case. They said that it's because it's a cutscene because you can extract from a place with a high elevation.
Oh, that's cool.
This map has a
So
giant
it's just like the jumping off the dam.
yeah. And this map has a giant ass tower in it. So what I'm thinking is you'll be able to extract from the very top of that tower.
I wonder,
so like
if you gotta like turn
extraction.
something on, how that's gonna work out. You know, if it's like the gate or something like that. So
I don't know. But on the 16th, they're gonna do a stream to reveal more stuff. But this map has a huge tower in the middle of it. So like get to the top of that thing would be awesome. And then jump off of it. I would jump off of it.
Yeah, dude. These games are looking, both Arena and Delta Force, looking really good right now. You know,
and you have a different weapons in each. It's not like they're really not similar at all, which I
They're
like.
fairly different.
Yeah, so you can really you can get your fix in either or, whatever kind of mood you're in. Is really cool.
And it looks like they did reveal this was new today. In there's going to be an operations boss that flies in a helicopter. So I guess DMZ kind of had that with the chopper.
Yeah.
And they said you can kind of damage the fuselage and get it to come down eventually, or you can shoot the pilot out of the cockpit.
Oh wow.
People just sniping. Yeah.
So, but that's going to be another AI boss. Is going to be
That'll
a
be
chopper.
in the BR or the
in the extraction.
Nice.
Extraction. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So they just added that.
Damn, dude. Okay. And I saw, I don't know if we talked about this last time. There's that map that's going to strictly be a PvE extraction map as well too.
Really? Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so they're gonna it's gonna be like
so out of the loop.
I think they said that it's gonna cost a lot of money to get into. It's gonna have a crazy amount of loot, and the AI is gonna be really hard. So it's kind of like
you're gonna have like those giant minigun bosses, but just like tougher. And I'm down to definitely try it out because I'm definitely more of a PvE player. I think maybe just my skills for PvP are slowly lacking, but
you don't say that.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I think I've done too much Stalker and stuff where it's just I go back. I was just playing Call of Duty.
We were good.
That's true though. When I'm with friends, it's first of all a little bit of carry, but
Don't sell yourself short.
Dude, I haven't played video games in like 3.5 weeks, so don't even talk.
That's true.
You're gonna be fine. Woo wants to see Grandma Sniper. Yeah, there was another boss that they revealed that's a Grandma Sniper.
Nice.
There she is. Okay, that does look very
it looks familiar, huh?
Yeah. Does she have
maybe a medic in a former life?
Yeah, but I'm also thinking her clothes do, let's say, okay, I'm gonna be careful, YouTube, government's watching. Her clothes do look very early 1940s German, okay?
That's why he said that. Okay,
Yeah.
That's why.
So we're gonna leave it at that.
I haven't seen this either, so this is actually.
That does look kind of bad. All right.
Damn it, Woo.
So that's that. There's a sniper lady.
Is that for sorry audio listeners? Is that her like drone that she uses as well too? Like
yeah.
What is that? Like a land drone with a rocket launcher with a grenade launcher or something? Or a cannon of some sort?
Machine gun and some sort of rocket launcher on it, yeah.
Yeah, this is Falk, but she got married.
She's on the space. Oh geez, she's on the Space City map. Dang, yeah.
Okay, then I'll never see her. It's fine.
I still never extracted from that. So
she's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
That map was.
I mean, hopefully, if she's difficult to kill enough, maybe she'll take out some other teams. But anyways,
did they mention anything about the extraction points rework on like Space City or anything like that you saw
That
yet?
was a
Yeah.
big issue. I don't
Yeah, they
know.
did.
Okay, because I remember there was only 2 extraction points, so it was just like
Yeah.
in the
One
one
on
you
your
had to
backpack.
yeah, the one you had to
Yeah.
go in and activate the 2 levers, so it was, like, so easy. I think I was playing with you guys, right? And that dude was camping us? Was
No,
that
no. We only. Oh, you're talking about the first time we went in, we all died?
Oh, I died every time I
No,
went
that
in,
wasn't us.
so I
Then
don't
that
know.
wasn't us. Trust me. I've only played that map once, and that was with Crash, and we all died like 5 minutes into the raid. So
Okay, there was one yeah, I mean, it's just so easy to spawn camp because, I think
it's a
there
small
needs
map
so
too.
hopefully
Yeah.
they added more
They said
extracts.
they're also, I know they said like that bridge like is a bad choke point you can get caught on. But they did say that they're adding flank routes to that. So there's going to be multiple ways to get to the extract instead of just one death bridge.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
they said that.
Yeah, they really need at least a 3rd extract though, for sure.
Yeah.
Just because they're very easy to camp. But who knows? I mean, if they're adding more routes and stuff like that, that should
Yeah, it'd be
make
nice to
things
even if they
easier.
added another extract that you had to pay for. I'd rather pay for it and not have to drop my backpack, but at least you're still sacrificing something, and it'd probably be really expensive.
Yeah, I think a lot of it also comes with knowing the map, which is probably one of the reasons I was dying. Just not knowing.
At first, yeah, and that's I
Yeah,
mean
yeah. I only played
the
it a
way it's
couple.
gonna
I
be.
played it a couple times and never got out. But I mean, yeah, you get to the point where you're trying to get to the extract, and
Yeah.
it was definitely a choke point. So it seems like they did something good there, which is nice.
Yeah, I would just get smoked before I even got to explore the map. So that's part of it. Alrighty. So, Gray Zone Warfare. We finally got the news that we're finally going to get the announcement for the date this Thursday, the 16th, for when Night Ops is going to release, and we'll start to be able to see that stuff.
That just no, that isn't the actual, unless they all out of nowhere and then just go, hey, by the way, release it now, kind of thing. So,
which is probably not going to happen.
no, it's not. But
But on the 16th, wait, right? Thursday, yeah. Is that the 16th?
yeah, they're releasing
No,
the
14th.
release date reveal. Yeah,
14th.
Yeah, Thursday.
you can read. You're fine. You can read
Numbers are hard. Words are hard. So they're going to stream that on Twitch and talk about the release date and all that stuff. My question is, for the sake of the podcast, was you're going to have, it's probably going to be close to Stalker 2. It's going to be probably close to Arena Breakout Season 1. It's probably going to be close to Delta Force Hawk Ops release. And it's probably going to be not long after a Call of Duty Season 1. Like, you have all these heavy hitters. How do you think Gray Zone is going to fare, man? I'm worried about this update. I'll see what you guys say, because I'll say what I think.
So, I mean, real quick, because I was just talking about this with some friends, and I was looking at their recent tweet, and a lot of the comments underneath was from players. It was giving me World War III flashbacks, because when people just kept getting upset, like, why are you even posting anything about this? Just tell us when the next update's gonna happen, or tell us, have you fixed this? Like, there were so many people underneath, like, no one cares about nighttime. Did you fix the AI? Like, that's what they wanted to know. And I hope there's gonna be a lot of players that stick around, but I think, okay, here's the thing. I think a lot of players are going to join. I just don't know how many players are actually going to stick around for the long run, because then we have how long until the next update, the next major update, I should say, that adds more to the story and more to the game and more missions and more loot items. So it's like,
It
you
does
have
look
all,
like they added quite a lot here, though, from what I've seen, and I do think I don't know if we can say anything, but I mean we will. I know the release date, and I know creators will be able to stream a little bit before for people, so I I'll have hands on before it releases. But I did see. I mean, it looks like they did a lot of work here, so I am excited to get in and check it out for sure. I don't like the wipe part, but maybe I do. I don't know yet. I guess wipe
I
it and
think,
we'll see.
well, they have to because people were also like just money glitching like crazy.
Yeah, see, yeah,
You know,
that was a problem. Is like I didn't know how to do it, but people were doing it in the
just leaving
at
wallets
the
on the
bases and
floor.
just leaving
Yeah,
shit at like so. I stocked up on just like so much high tier crap that people were just leaving hundreds of duplicates of. So yeah, I mean
yeah, yeah.
that's cool. But I mean I I think I stand by. We'll see. They'll reveal more to us. I haven't seen everything, but I do think, like I said before, I mean, for me, this is like the game I always wanted. So I'm
Yeah.
okay if they take their time, as long as each update is like good and is a meaningful update. And I think, especially with the weapons they're adding here, look good. But to your point, I mean, they got to, the AI needs to be that problem needs to
That
be
was really the
fixed.
only issue with me. I'd probably still be playing this game even with the lack of quests and loot. I think because the environment is just so, it looks beautiful, it's inviting, the the Stalker-esque, world, roadside picnic inspired stuff, like
Hmm.
learning the story along the way. Like I would still be playing it, but that AI was just killing me. Literally, killing me just over and over again. And it just, oh man, that was literally my only, really my biggest complaint.
That and I mean, personally, I didn't experience crazy problems with the AI myself, consistently at least a couple
Yeah,
one-offs, but I was running into a problem early on where there was like bad lag and stuttering going on when they
yeah,
did that one update, rolled it back in there. So I think
makes sense.
they fixed that long ago, but I
Yeah,
just I don't want that kind of stuff to happen
yeah. I
because
mean,
the
dude, I
game is
upgraded my
so fun.
PC for, yeah, I upgraded my PC for this game. Like that's how much investment that
I
was.
bought a PC for
You
this.
bought a PC for Gray Zone, exactly. So it's like we want this game to work because,
Yeah.
one, we're emotionally invested, we're monetarily invested, like we are invested in
It
this
still
game's
does.
success.
It still does by far the best on my channel views wise for sure. I just don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. That too, So it's
I just feel like
multiple
there's
reasons.
some players are going to come back for sure, but I don't think it's going to be anything like launch with all these other
It's
games
not. You're
around. And
not
then
gonna
I
I
don't
worry
think
no.
about him not.
it's
I
gonna
worry
be a
about him not
while.
sticking around very long either because there's not like the quests and stuff are going to be largely the same.
I think
But
you gotta give the game time, and then they need to come out with some sort of they need to come out with an update like Arena Breakout Season 1 is. That's gonna be
I think it's going to be slower than that though. I think
It
it's going
is.
to be another. I think it's going to be like another year or two because I mean we're talking 6 months, and for me, I'm kind of looking forward to the wipe after this one when
mhm.
they start doing more with the lore and story and like give you like
Yeah,
really
same.
hardcore reasons to go exploring is gonna be cool.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels
I'm
like
the
to me
same.
that this leading into this update was them after the initial early access launch. This update was them kind of catching up on a lot of things. So I do think, to your point, Crash, the next wipe after this one, I don't think we're gonna need to wait as long, and I also think going forward from there, you're going to see bigger and more consistent updates. I think they were doing a lot with performance, which was a huge issue. There was a lot going on in the back end, and you got to remember, like you got to build a solid foundation before you build a house.
Yeah, yeah.
You can hate on them and say they pre-released it too early, blah blah blah, but they needed some funding. So I'm with
Mm-hmm.
where I
Mm-hmm.
think we can see this game is going to go. If they're sticking to their vision and going to see this thing through, which all indications say yes, I think I'm fine
Yeah. The
with
slow.
the how slow yeah, I have no issue.
You rather
Plus,
it be done right than done quick, and I totally agree with that for
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
exactly. And I think obviously, I mean, just look at this show as evidence. There's a lot out there, so it's not like we're just sitting in the water like twiddling our thumbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, waiting
We
for the
have a
next
lot of
game.
options,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
another one where it's like, Arena Breakout is a completely different game from Delta Force, which is also a completely different game from Gray Zone. So depending on what you're feeling, you have so many options. And I think this update is going to, I think it'll do something. But yeah, I think it is going to be a while. But I think when they get to the point where they're dropping massive, crazy updates, you know, similar to what Arena Breakout's about to do, like those are the kind of updates you want to be seeing from them like a year from now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think the player base starts rolling back in.
Yep. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I really want to see it succeed. Yeah, I like the folks over there. They're pretty nice guys
They are.
and gals.
Yeah, they're crushing it. A lot of hard work.
It's just gonna be slow, and I'm an impatient dickhead sometimes. I'm trying to cool my jets, man. Trying to cool my jets. It's gonna be cool to see. The night stuff's gonna look neat, and I'm really hopeful that the AI is good, and I'm mostly hopeful that we can use 1911s and shotguns at least in the starter village. Change up the weapons a little bit will feel nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna be cool to see get people back in there. Did you guys see the Arc Raiders stuff?
I saw you posted it. I didn't get a chance to watch any of it though.
Okay, I haven't watched too much of it either, and I didn't play the play test either. So
yeah, I saw a little bit of it, and I was getting kind of annoyed that the person playing on the video was like missing a ton of shots. So just seeing, just like, I mean, it's also there. I didn't see a crosshair when he was like kind of like third person ADSing, so I was like, is this what it's gonna be like? There's no crosshair for third person, like that doesn't make sense. Meow.
Kitty doesn't know either.
Kitty doesn't know either. Exactly. Kitty's like, what's this bullshit?
He's not sure. He's
dude. It looks
it is
crazy.
A beautiful looking game though.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It does look great.
It's insane. You can tell it's from the people that made like the newer Battlefronts. It looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I worry about with this game, and Big Fry, man, he's mad at me. I worry about third person PvP. Where do you guys sit on it, man?
It's if third person PvP can be done right. I've seen it where it's the camera angle doesn't really give you that and this one kind of looks like it where it's like more centralized. So trying to peek around a corner, because that's really everyone's main concern with third person is like trying to peek around a corner. You really can't do it. I don't know until I try it for myself in this game, but if it's like that, then I think like and he mentioned Big Fry, but like SOCOM did it the best with like that camera angle that was just like almost too good. I would say I haven't seen anyone do that yet since, but yeah, I mean, I like also, and I'm expecting them to be really cool character customization within this world. So like, I also kind of want to see what my character looks like as I'm playing as well too. Like, have my own little like head canon story. I'm like a big proponent of that. So
yeah, I am too.
It might not be like for everyone, but I also like PUBG got loves doing that stuff with third person as well too.
Yeah,
so
but I would argue
really
that
good.
PUBG, like the first person mode, kind of took over on PUBG, and they had to like get rid of modes and queues because there weren't and there were a lot more bots in third person. I just think that
there is a place for third person, and I think this game fits within that.
I think if this game was PvE like it originally was going to be, third person all day. You get to see your character. It's cool looking. Like you get to see your cool skins, and you can get better visualization of stuff. But I'm just saying, like the second you're in this game and you're running up to a POI, and there's somebody on a half wall just like that one, that as you're running and about to hit the stairs, he can see you the whole way and steps out and peeks and kills you. I'm gonna lose my mind that dude could see me the whole time and I couldn't see him, especially in an extraction game where it's like your death matters. Like you just lost a bunch of stuff, or maybe you had a really hard mission that you were working on, or you had a really unique item.
It's one
or
of those
something.
things. Just like I have to like see what happens when I get in there to try it out, because it's like how beneficial it is to do that. Like, and especially like maybe it depends on the gear you have. It is annoying, but that's really the only. I feel like that's really the only advantage you get, anyways. is corner peeking. So,
And then the other thing that's going to be really interesting, and I'm not saying, I don't even think I have an opinion on this. It's interesting to see a game go back to the premium pay. Like this is going to cost, wasn't it $30?
yeah, and you can pay for a
it's
premium version.
No, it's not going to be free to play. It's going to cost to play the game, to play the base game.
Yeah. It was originally free to
Right.
play, and then they said to move for
$40.
they wanted. Yeah,
that's my bad. $40. Rockhound Black.
I was actually just watching his video on that.
Yeah,
too.
I know. We should have just had Rockhound call in today and fill us in because he's the man when it comes to that stuff.
True, Rockhound.
If you guys are interested in anything Embark, please follow that man. Follow Rockhound Black, all one word on YouTube. He will keep you up to date way more than we can. He's got all the stuff, all the details. But
I think he's just an Embark Studio employee, just hiding as a YouTuber right now. That's probably
he's a plant. He's an industry plant.
He's a psyop.
Yeah, he might be. But I feel like Embark Studios has like Unreal Engine 5 figured out, man. Like it looks good and it runs fairly decent. Like the graphics are just stunning in this game, dude.
Yeah, I didn't see any like FPS stutters or any new major graphical issues while seeing this playthrough or playtest on the trailer, you know, because you do end up, I can tell when something's running on Unreal Engine 5 because of just like the light artifacting or just something that just screams it. But I will say this looks very optimized for what it is, and I've heard good things about the playtest from people that have played it. Of course, there's a bunch of leaks everywhere now on social media, which I'm sure will get taken down eventually. A lot of DMCA copyright claims probably going around,
or that's why they put this gameplay out, because they're just like, whatever. Everybody's leaked it anyway.
They could just, you know what, might as well, which isn't bad marketing either. I've seen that go pretty well as well too. So
yeah, it works. I don't know. I'm excited for this game to get in and see how beautiful it is. I don't know about excuse me, about sinking a ton of time into it with the third person stuff. We'll see how it plays, but I am interested in seeing how it plays out from an industry standpoint of them switching from. They've made a lot of switches midstream, right? They've switched from this was going to be PvE. They stopped and delayed it so they can make it PvP. It was going to be free to play the whole time. Then they stopped and switched it up to being premium worth $40. So like seeing all those changes is going to be really interesting to see how successful it is and how it plays out. And on top of that, an Unreal Engine 5 shooter that looks this good and runs good, I have to see it on my own screen. That makes me happy.
To see it, to believe it.
Yeah, I want to see it and play it and get into it a little bit. It's been crazy to see like how I started on this podcast, even to where I am now. I get excited for extraction shooters now, and it used to piss me off. So
also, we've been talking about, Arc Raiders for quite some time too.
Yeah, we have. With it getting delayed.
You guys were talking about it before I became a person on the show.
It's been like 2 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Finally, it's good to see like actual proper gameplay. I remember seeing like the leaks back in the day.
I'll probably enjoy it and get excited and get into it, and then the second I die to someone third person peeking over half, I'm gonna lose my shit.
And not even just that though, but like all the other games you listed, like if I get into Arena Breakout, that's another game I gotta add to my list of games I'm just addicted to. Stalker's right around the corner, bro. Like I'm gonna be.
Dude,
There's gonna be now there's too much choices, man.
Yeah, and
there will be.
I said that too. Say. Like, I was bitching about that on my stream the other night. It's like it's so hard to be an FPS fan if you're truly a fan, or even a shooter fan. I guess we're talking about a third person game, but whatever, sue us. That they're so competitive now. It's hard to bounce around to different games, and maybe it's because I'm getting old, whatever. But it's like it's hard to play like Rainbow Six like one night a week, and then maybe play some Hunt Showdown, and then it's like, oh, I kind of want to play Arc Raiders tonight or Arena Breakout tomorrow night, like because things are so competitive. If you don't just like main one game, you get crapped on a lot.
I mean, like even if I was a kid back then, if I had all these games come out and I was, in school at the same time, I would even have I feel like, I mean, my parents wouldn't let me play games until I finished homework and stuff, and by the time that was done, dinner was ready, you know. But there are a lot of options to play this. A lot of options to play games now. So,
And I feel like I've been bouncing around to trying these different games, and it's making me like, what do they call it? Jack of all trades, master of none. Like I can play.
yeah, I
I'm
feel
like,
well. I know for me, Stalker 2 is going to be my main game. Like that's for sure. And on top of that, there is going to be a multiplayer aspect to that. So there will be some PvP within some Stalker, Stalker
That's
stuff,
cool.
Stalker lore and world. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be first person as well too. So yeah, I'm curious how that's going to play out too. There hasn't really been any news about the PvP game modes. So
oh yeah, that's gonna have PvP too. You say that
yeah, dude.
you say that almost every week, and every week
I
I'm like,
forget myself too
whoa.
because because they keep showcasing the story and the trailer and stuff like that. So it's like I keep forgetting that's gonna be a thing. But they
And
even
it's
like
like,
went out and showcased actually can you do that as a quick shot? I forgot to
which one?
Stalker 2 because
Yeah,
it's right
let's
around the
do it.
corner too.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Quick shot. Yeah, because
Ooh.
they released about 5 days ago. Something called the Smoking Barrels gameplay trailer, and
That's
with
what she
that,
said.
got him.
But dumb.
They showcased just like the way your weapon works, and there's weapon durability and attachments stuff like that. And for anyone that's played a lot of like Stalker mods, like there's one prevalent mod called Stalker Gunslinger. And yeah, pew, pew,
Stalker quick shots.
quick shots. And what they do in that mod specifically, when you upgrade your weapon, you start seeing like physical additions to your weapon. So when you upgrade it to having a suppressor, you'll see it. If you upgrade it to having a laser, you'll see it, so on and so forth. So um, they showcase that a little bit here of like weapon upgrading
Man.
and weapon jamming as well too. So if you don't take care of your weapon, it's gonna start jamming up on you and stuff like that. So
I feel
yeah.
like with V and Blue, it's like 50 first dates, but we're not going on a first date. It's just Blue is telling me that Stalker 2 is gonna have PvP, and like every week I forget, and then he tells
Oh,
me, and
yes,
I'm like,
okay. I gotta read that. Oh my
whoa,
god, what? No way!
what?
And then
Like
next
every
week,
time,
what? No way!
yeah, every time. But we're not
Oh
too far
man.
off. I saw they posted the specs too, right, today.
Oh,
If
did
I'm
they?
not
I didn't even see
mistaken.
that. I haven't been on like all day today.
I think I pulled it up.
Yeah, I think they did it yesterday or today.
Oh, they did. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So hi,
Uh,
man.
it's a
It's
recommended.
whew. uh yeah, high recommended to get 1440 at
That's
60 is the
that's
RTX 4070,
tough,
dude.
bro. That's I
Oh,
have the recommend exactly. I have the exact CPU and uh, pretty much the exact GPU. Damn, dude. Ooh, my PC's good, dude. People's laptops, like they were expecting to play on a laptop. It's gonna be on fire,
yeah, this
which
game's
is
gonna be tough
insane.
to run. This is gonna be it's gonna be Unreal Engine 5, right? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be cooking the
Ooh,
machines, man.
brother. Well, I'm gonna have to wait till the 50 series comes out, I guess, to really play this game
That
properly.
meme
But
of the 50 series card with its own power cord plug-in was hilarious. There's going
yeah,
to be a time where
man.
graphics cards are going to get their own power supplies, and
I'm talking about Bitcoin mining at that point. Jeez.
ugh,
Oh man. But even like
shout out
like
Bitcoin.
4K at 60, with just upgrading to like one generation above for like a CPU, not even a generation, just like one level above for a CPU is insane. So like, to be honest though, I usually record in 1080 because it's just better my FPS. So like I would probably be okay with the setup I have now. Plus, because like that literally is my setup. The Ryzen 7 5000X. I have a 4070 Ti Super. So like it's perfect. So I'll be okay. It's just I feel bad for people that were expecting to play this like day one, which will also most likely have its issues because that's just I feel like that's just any game nowadays.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, the consoles are
Oof.
gonna be cooking too.
What
Oh my
day does
god,
this come
yeah,
out?
dude.
The
The 20th.
Yeah, the
20th? Dude,
20th, dude.
everything's
Say-
happening the
yeah,
20th.
yeah, dude, everything.
It's that's what I'm saying. Like it's like and someone just messaged me about there's a Battlefield Bad Company 2 thing called oh my god, what was it called again? Project Rome. And apparently it's popping off lately where it's just multiplayer servers for Bad Company 2. And apparently it's it's populated where there's even hardcore servers
Oh wow.
on Battlefield Bad Company 2. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. But like, you know, this time or to, like this time next week, it's like it'll be Stalker Eve, Stalker 2 Eve. That'll be the 19th, and I won't have time because I'll be getting ready for Stalker 2. So or I'll be just immersed into Stalker 2. So I got like 1 week until it comes out, and I'm ready for it. So yeah. I even thought about replaying the old Stalker games just to kind of get back into it again. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's been a long. If I'm excited, I can only imagine people that were like, because the original Stalker
Doing
2
it the whole
was like
time.
2012, dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
man.
Those guys,
You
are
know,
probably
there's some
crying.
folks out there that are just living and breathing it right now,
Mhm,
like excited.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Quick shot.
Pooh. Did you see this new game from Team 17?
I saw
Rogue
part
Is this
Point?
the
of it.
Battlefield?
I heard of it.
thing
Well, it.
No. It's
that you did a
weird.
video?
I don't.
No. We should talk about that next week or sometime. Yeah. The War Dogs game.
Okay, I did see this. Yeah.
So it's like
This looks cool.
it looks kind of like Ready or Not or something, and like Payday kind of. So it's like you.
It was giving me Payday vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a co-op shooter where you have like a mission to work together to do, and you kind of plan it out. And it says it's like a roguelike game, and it looks kind of wild, man. It does.
I
But-
mean, Team 17.
What are some of the games they've made? Help me remember.
Hell Let Loose. What was I think? Didn't they work on Marauders as well too?
Probably. That sounds right. Because I can
like they
picture
did.
their
Yeah,
logo.
they worked on. Yeah, they were. Yeah, no, because the guns look like that for 2 seconds, and I was like, yeah, Marauders. I think Hell Let
Sounds right.
Loose is Team 17 as well. Yeah, so
So they're making a new one. So put that on your guys' radar. We'll keep you guys updated if anything crazy comes out. But there is a reveal trailer out right now for Rogue Point by Team 17. If you search that on YouTube, you can check it out. But it's like a new co-op PvE shooter that looks pretty wild.
yeah.
So-
I'll keep an eye on it for sure. I don't know. I feel like they made another game that was a shooter, but I'm trying to remember it. But they're mainly a publisher too, as well. So usually they're not the developer. Usually they're the publisher.
Gotcha.
So I don't. Are they? Did it just say Team 17 on the trailer?
No, Crowbar Collective is like the
That makes
studio
sense.
published by Team 17.
Let me see.
That's what it looks like. But
Crowbar Collective has made. Oh, they did a reimagining for Black Mesa. Oh, that is those guys. Okay, yeah, okay,
the
it is
Black
that
Mesa
team.
folks. Yeah.
They
I've heard that.
basically they remade Half-Life, the first game, or not remade it, or they reimagined it. Technically, it was weird, but interesting.
Black Mesa.
Okay.
I've heard people say that a lot when they talk about this game.
Yeah. So, all right, cool.
All right, then. Yeah, I think that's a show. I hear my kids going absolutely insane, so I should probably go save my wife. She's a trooper, fending them off for this long and getting through supper and all that stuff.
I
with
could
them,
just
so.
imagine I'm literally just fending them off, like they're like.
Oh, it's wild, man.
you know,
When you're
so
so we have 2 kids and there's 2 of us, so we can run man-to-man defense. But when you're like that, you got to switch to zone defense. It's tough. Like, it's not easy.
You gotta get tagged in now.
So yeah, I'm gonna go be with the family. Huge thank you to everybody. If you made it to the end of the show, you're absolutely incredible. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here live. Can't thank you enough. If you want to support the show, there's plenty of free ways to do that. Be a friend, tell a friend, bring someone back with you next week. Share the podcast around, as well as if you're an audio listener, if you got 2 seconds, maybe a little longer, depending on your internet connection, drop us a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. That helps a ton. Pushes stuff out. again, can't thank you guys enough for being here. I can't thank Blue and Buff for taking time out of their busy day to hang out with me and talk about these games. It's a lot of fun for me, at least, and I just appreciate everyone being here. We will see you next week. Godspeed, everybody.